It's a bit bright, that one. Ooh. Oh, that bluish one. That better. That's better. Oh, my light were a bit bright. Right, so we're on. Just checking. If you can hear me, say hello or anything. I'll just check on my phone. 2 seconds. Oh. I'll check on my phone. See if it comes on. 2 seconds. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? There we go. Hello. We're on. Oh, so it's a quick Wednesday webinar, number 11. Week number 11. Double check. Week number 11 is here somewhere. Right, so now we're up and running. And I've done my test. I normally wait a minute or two just to make sure that people are coming who are coming. Don't forget, you can nip in, you can nip out. It does get recorded and it'll be on YouTube tomorrow for you to watch. Put my notes up there. Get rid of that. So, how is everybody on this wonderful warm Wednesday? I saw you shave. Right, I'm just making sure that I've shared where I need to share. And we're about to get cracking. So normally the webinars are 20 minutes, half an hour. It depends if there's much interaction. If not, then I just waffle on for a little bit. The internet's a bit slow. It's working, right. So, priorities, cuppa. Have your cuppa. So my back is currently broken. Not broken, but hurts a lot. I did it about 10 days ago. I still can't walk properly. Still in a lot of pain. Got my wheat bag on. Got sitting in a chair for half an hour hurts a lot. Oh. All right, so here we go. I've lost my notes. But hopefully in the next couple of days or few days, I should be able to start getting back out and helping people out. The last week has been absolutely horrible for moving about. Move around for a few minutes and have to rest for an hour. Move around for a few minutes, have to rest for an hour. But if I rest, it goes stiff and I can't move. So it's trying to keep it moving. And that's the hard bit, is moving. Hurts. Right, so why does my dog ignore me? Right. So why does my dog ignore me? Very quickly. It's something many dog owners struggle with. Why does my dog ignore me? I know what you've got is you might have a dog that listens a lot in the house. They'll come, they'll sit down, They'll lie down, they'll focus, they might even do a few tricks. Right? But what happens when you go out? What happens when there's something else more important? You might think, oh, my dog's forgot. My dog's going deaf. Has my dog forgot? Is my dog going deaf? I'll get messages, quite a lot of messages saying, my dog doesn't listen. And one of the big things I ask is your dog deaf? Because if you've got a deaf dog, I can train accordingly. Right? If your dog's not deaf, then it's got nothing to do with their ears. So what we've got to look at is, over there, we're going to look at what distractions play in training. We're going to look at the role of distractions. Distractions are there to test you. Distractions are there to put you off. Distractions are there to put you in a good mood. Distractions are there to put you in a bad mood. There's lots and lots of different types of distractions. But what you've got is, why does my dog not listen to me when there's something else going on? Now in class a lot, I always talk about if I go shopping to Meadowhall and if I take my missus and there's a sale in a jewellery shop window, no matter what I say, she's not going to listen. No problem. No matter what I say, she's not going to listen. So it's down to how you can become more distracting than what the distractions are. Oh, my screen's flicking about. Oh, there you go. So your dogs are not really ignoring you. The screen's caught up. It did a little flicker. So your dogs are not ignoring you. There's just something that's more interesting than what you are. I do tell a lot of people that when they go for a walk with a dog, they're boring. They're terrible walking partners. That's heel work. That's a different type of thing. Heel work. We're terrible walking partners. We're terrible partners in general because we're very different. We're boring. They're really exciting. When we go outside, we just loll about and we want to go back in. Whereas dogs will run around and they love it. Right? So it's just looking at how can we use those distractions. There we go. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at scenarios, and if there's any scenarios that come to mind, when does your dog not listen? Put them in. Just write them in the post or WhatsApp or message me or whatever. If there's any times or places where your dog doesn't listen, put it in the notes. I always talk about doggy diaries. When does your dog not listen? Is it when there's another dog? Is it when there's a such and such? When there's a such and such? Write it down. I like doing doggy diaries. It's good to learn from them. Now, your dogs are not really ignoring you. They're not. Dogs are not spiteful. Not usually spiteful. Ignoring often means distracted. Often means overwhelmed. Often means undertrained. And often means not fully understanding. Pops. Also, where they are will change what they do. Now, what that means is, if a dog's at home, they're more relaxed. They'll do things that they've already done. Come on, Pops. I don't know if you can see Poppy. Come on, Pops. Oh, you just, hang on, I'll do a little. Poppy, say hello. Here you go. Come on, Poppy, say hello. Okay. I'll do it in a minute. Go on then. Okay. Oof. Dog out my nose. So what we've got is, a lot of the time, you say, oh, my dog's ignoring me. So when they do it at home, it's because there's not distractions about. My dog responds at home, but not outside. My dog sometimes responds, but not always. My dog responds until there's something else more interesting. my dog always seems to stop listening around distraction. It's completely normal. And it doesn't automatically mean that your dog is stubborn or naughty. I get a lot of stubborn and naughty dogs, and I am always on the side of the dog or a dog. Right. Like I say, distracted, overstimulated, undertrained or undertrained, not trained, not focusing, difficulty in the environment. So we need to look at the negative side and stop being negative, because it's stop looking at the disobedience and start looking at it as information. Why is my dog not doing it? Why is my dog not listening? Why is my dog distracted? Now, why dogs listen at home is because it's very familiar. Right? It's very familiar. There's lower distractions than if you were to go, like if I have two kids, we could sit down, we could watch a movie, popcorn, sweets, whatever. It's not very distracting. The TV, I want to wee every 10 minutes. But what you've got is, how about I take them to the seaside instead? Now that's distracting. But at home, it's familiar. It's more relaxed. It's more casual. It's less stimulating. So we take the kids to the seaside, even dogs take them to it's really stimulating. It can be overstimulating. Oh, I want to go there. Oh, amusements. Oh, ice cream. Oh, I want to go on this. Oh, I want to go on that. Kids, dogs, same, right? But what you practice at home, you need to practice everywhere. Now, what you've got is one of the biggest reasons why dogs ignore is because they've not generalized very well. Now, what that means is it's just because you can do a sit at home doesn't mean that you can do a sit outside. Now, a lot of the easiest exercises can be sit, can be down, can be watch me, can be lots and lots of different exercises. But what you've got is you've got to make sure that the environment you're in is easy. And what I mean by that is it's got to be somewhere where your dog can relax and train. Now, what you're going to start with is go somewhere where the environment is predictable. That means there's less distractions and your dog's comfortable. With these places in mind, that means you're going to probably have their attention more. Right? So places are going to be difficult to start with because outside you've got different smells, sounds, movements, people, dogs, traffic, squirrels. Right, so that's why it's easier indoor, and that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, I train my dog. I do it indoors. I do it at home." And in class, I say, "Oh, my dog does it at home," and that's the reason why. So what you've got to look at is why is it so difficult when we take dogs out, and why does my dog not listen? When you go out, it's you and your dog, and the distraction. So there's three of you. Now, when you're out, you and the distraction are competing for your dog's attention. Dogs will go where the reward is the best. Is it you or is it the gate post with the wee on it? Is it you or is it the half-eaten burger what's on the floor? Is it you or is that fresh poo-poo that other dog just done? Right? Dogs go where they're going to get a reward. Some distractions are more powerful. Right? Distance and difficulty matter. So if you've been to class, you'll know about your 3Ds: distance, duration, distraction. Distractions are a big, massive part of it. When you ask your dog to do something, remember you're competing against the distraction. Right? So what you've got is another dog walks past. You've got to compete with the other dog. Squirrel, new smell, busy place. Dogs naturally pay attention to things that matter to them the most. So it's you take your dog to a park and they see 3, 4, 6 other dogs, straight away they're more important than you. And that's why your dog won't listen to you and it'll go to them. Dogs are like magnets. You might have a really good recall with a dog, and all of a sudden there's 3 dogs best mates. Shout your dog back, doesn't work. It's just a case of trying to compete with these distractions. Now, what you've got is different distractions have different levels. I work on a variety of levels, and I use the home as level 1. Inside the home, level 1, or living room, level 1. You can then progress back garden, front garden, path on the road, not on the road, path next to the road, path on the other side of the road, quiet road, and then work your way up to where the distractions are the most. Dog park. Look at the 3Ds: distance, duration, distraction. Distraction is, where am I? How can I make it easier for my dog to listen to me and focus on me when the distractions are quite low? The other 2Ds, the distance and the duration. If your dog is quite close to you, they'll probably pay you more attention because you're closer. Distance. Duration. If your dog has been over there for so many seconds and they're not being back to you for a while, chances are they're going to stay over there. So keep checking in, or keep getting your dog to check in, come back, little recall, and off you go again. Now, what you've got is there's lots and lots of mistakes that we as owners, handlers, humans make, is repeating the same thing and not getting anywhere with our dog. Like recall. Want to do a recall, you just say the name and do the word. Dog's name, come. I'll say it, is she there? Poppy, come, right? And if she doesn't do it, you wait a little bit. But you don't go Poppy, come, Poppy, come, Poppy, come, Poppy, come, Poppy, come, because your dog will not react to it in a positive way. Also, questions. Just leave it a few seconds in between, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. A lot of people will ask for too much too soon. Now, what that means is 3Ds. Distance, they'll let the dog off too far, they won't come back. Duration, they'll let the dog off for too long, won't come back. Distraction, we're trying to do some focus work, but we've gone and walked next to a field with sheep. We need to look at these 3Ds and try and reduce the 3Ds to help us help our dog beat the distractions. The distractions are everywhere, so every day you're at a competition to try and beat them. Right? Now, what I don't want you to do is go somewhere really simple every day, so it's a lot easier. You will want to work your way up to Filey Beach, for example. Now, I'll talk about repeating. If your dog's not responding, then chances are you're just a background noise. Asking for too much, that's these 3Ds. Don't train just at home, train it everywhere you can. Right? Do not get louder or frustrated when your dog doesn't do it. We look at the reasons why they don't do it at the beginning. They don't understand, they're not trained, they're overstimulated, they're understimulated, they don't know what they're doing. So why would we get louder when our dogs have got really good hearing as it is? Right? Don't get frustrated with a dog if they don't understand. Right? Relax. Have a breath. Have a minute. Have a coffee. Right? Cheers. Now, when you do your training, now whether it be with a trainer or on your own or next to some YouTube channel, then always do training where you can succeed. Now, what that means is you've got to start off really small. Imagine your 3Ds: distance, duration, distraction. Any exercise you can put in that, right? For example, a stay. Distance, how far away is my dog from me? Duration, how long is it? Distraction, where are we going to do it? Now, to make that really easy, you can just do it in your back garden. And then you can build it up. Build gradually. Build your 3Ds gradually. Now, what you've got to think is your dog, hopefully, and I hope they do, live a very long and very healthy life. So what's the rush to get it all done before they're 12 months old? Yes, they train. Yes, their brain's a bit more spongier when they're younger and they can absorb a lot. But your dog's going to be training and learning forever. You've got to look at the attention your dog gives you. Now, when your dog is paying you attention, you reward it. It's focus work, and use the high value stuff. Don't save it in a cupboard for Christmas. I like to use a lot of meat, chickens and cocktail sausages and garlic sausage and beef and all sorts of stuff. Bit of Sunday dinner, take it out with you. It's high value, and if your dog goes, wow, what have you got? They're going to pay you more attention. When you're training, keep your sessions really short, because what you've got, even the older dogs who have got probably the bigger attention spans, probably only got like three minutes in them. So if they're really young, do it smaller, 3Ds duration, right? Keep sessions short. You can do loads of sessions in a day, but keep them really short. And also, what I want you to do is practice in different places. Practice at home. Practice at the mother-in-laws, the father-in-laws. Practice at Manda's near the lake. Practice in Acosta. Practice in Wilco's, wherever you can take a dog in. But don't overwhelm. Because if you overwhelm and it's too much, then you're not able to do it. So work your way up. Practice in a class of 5, 6, 10 dogs. Work your way up. So there's lots and lots of different levels. You know that if you go straight from level 1 to level 10 or 20 or 100, or however many levels you've got, your dog might struggle. So you've got to look at what it could be my next level. And all you do is add a little bit to one of your 3Ds. Distance. So for example, recall. Instead of 3 meters, I'm going to do 5. But they're on lead. And then in a week, I'm going to do 6. And in a week, I'm going to do 7. And then you work your way up. Lots and lots of small increments. I wasn't born with size 13 shoes. I worked my way up. It'd be weird if I was. Or did. Work your way up. Yeah. And I fit in them then. I'm not adapting to that. So where would you build it up slowly? Indoors, gardens, quiet street, work your way up to slightly busier and more distracting places. Like I said, the big things I tend to use are the treats. My dog and a lot of dogs I use love to feed, love the food, love the chicken, love the play, love the catch, love the bouncing cocktail sausages. It's not just a dry biscuit, gravy bone. Yeah, sometimes it helps, but get the good stuff out of the cupboard. What you've got to think is a lot of the good stuff you're looking and thinking about, like the chickens and the beef slices and the ham and it's expensive. It's not expensive. Now, if you think a big full cooked chicken, extra tasty from Asda or whatever, is about 6 or 7 quid. if your dog had all that, it'll take about 4 days in treats. So you're looking at £1.50 a session or £1.50 a day in treats. Now, what you're going to look at is I generally buy frozen bags of chicken breasts, and I'll cook half a bag, a kilo. So I'll cook about 500 grams of it, and then let them cool down, chop them up on my fridge. I've then got like 3 days of treats. That bag's cost about 6 quid, 7 quid. So my treats cost me like 60p a day. Now think about the cheapest, most horrible bag of Bobo you can, and it's like a little bag of summer, 2 quid. A pound shop, £1. It's still more expensive than a cocktail sausage. If you look at cocktail sausages, you can buy a pack of 70 for 3 quid. Cut each one of them up into 5. You've got 350 treats for 3 quid. It's less than 1p a treat. So you've got to look at cost-effective ways as well now. But yeah, big fan of the bouncing cocktail sausage. So examples of getting your dog to focus on you is recall. Well, that's one of the big ones. At home, your dog comes straight away. It's like when you're feeding them. Get the bowl out, bowl goes down, dog turns up. In a park, they don't. Well, you've got to look at recall works, the scenario doesn't. The park is too difficult. The park is beating you, right? So that means you've got to bring down your 3D, drop it down to a level where you can work it. Your dog will do a sit at home. Your dog will do a sit when you're waiting for the tea. But how about go to your gate outside, practice there? It's just a slight difference in your 3Ds. Now you take your dog out nearly every day, or twice a day, or 300 times a week. It doesn't matter how many times you take your dog out. But when your dog's out, pay attention. Pay attention to your dog to see what they're doing. They're like little doggy computers, and they're scanning everywhere and sniffing. Fresh weed, right? Gotta compete with it. It tells you what they're interested in, so that when you're going round and taking them for a walk, you know that last time when we were here, they did this, so I'm going to try this. So you know that the areas where they'll pay extra attention to a certain grassy area, or the last time there was a dog in a drive, so my dog's going to pay attention to that dog. It's getting your dog's attention before you even get there. But what you've got is things that can get your dog to concentrate on you more are the treats. It is the training. It's the 3Ds. Mainly the treats. But if I was to say, oh, the treats are important, if my dog was only ever interested in food and playing with other dogs, if I drop my treat bag while dogs are walking past, my dog would just keep eating. So that's the distraction. Now, what I want you to do is, yes, it's been 27 minutes-ish. Was it? Yeah, 27 minutes-ish of a bit of waffle. And how to get your dog to focus on you. Looking at the 3Ds, what food you can use, what treats you can use. Those other treats. You can use physical treats and verbal treats. Physical are actually like toys and stuff. I ain't got any because I tidied them up. And I don't leave any out. No, tidy them away. And then your verbal, which is your good boys and your good girls and your kisses and your cuddles, that sort of thing. But what I want you to do is I want you to take away one thing from this little webinar is when your dog seems to ignore you, is it because of distraction, environment, socializing, not understanding, or asking for too much? The goal is not to make the environment more interesting. The goal is to help your dog learn how to work in that environment. Cliches, it's not about being louder, it's about being clearer. I'll never shout at a dog because their ears are brilliant, they don't need to. So when you're out and your dog's not listening, look at the reasons why. There's a reason for everything. So I might say, right, give me a reason why your dog don't listen. And the list will be other dogs, kids, TV, neighbours, cat, squirrel. And then they are your big distractions. But how can you work towards it in the end? So that's your big list. You can write a list. So I've got 1 minute left because I don't like going past half an hour. But what you've got is look at the distractions your dog sees when you're out, list them, and how can you work with those distractions. Remember, you're competing against the distraction for your dog's attention, and normally the distractions win. So how can you win? You need to have the upper hand before you even leave the house. So you can play with your dog before you leave. You can do some training before you leave. You can show them the treats before you leave. That will increase focus. That will decrease the distractions. That will decrease a lot of the things that your dog normally does when you go out. The biggest analogy I use a lot is if I were to go to Meadowhall, I mean my missus in the kitchen, and my wallet, which is here, is on the kitchen side. And I say, Mrs. Can I have my wallet, please? And she passes me my wallet, but she has a sneaky look, and there's £1 million in it. When we get to Meadowhall, where is she going? The answer is wherever I go. Now, if you're about to go for a walk and you've got a treat bag and it's it's overloaded with chicken and sausages, your dog sees it and he gets some, where are you going to go when you go outside? They're going to follow you. You've got a pocket full of goodies. Use all the treats to your advantage. So, thank you for joining me on Wednesday webinar. I want to say number 11, because it's the 11th of Wednesday. I hope it's helped a little bit on why dogs ignore you. They're not being stubborn. It's just everything else is more exciting. So this week, or between this one and whenever I see you next, look at your dog's behavior a little differently. So instead of asking, why is my dog ignoring me? Look at the reasons it could be. Is this too difficult for you? Is it too distracting? Have I not trained you enough yet? The small little changes in our mindset can make a big difference. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon. Have a great week. I'll see you all soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.